You are listening to Smart Energy Podcast, a podcast dedicated to all things from clean energy and e-mobility industry. Each episode, we invite key industry leaders, government and policy decision makers, tech innovators, entrepreneurs, and more to explore what's new, what's trending, what's coming up in the industry. The podcast puts the listener to be in the know, trigger important conversations, and provide information for usable action steps. I, Santosh.smartenergy, editor of Smart Energy magazine, and your host, welcome you all to the brand new episode of the Smart Energy Podcast. This episode of the podcast is powered by India Smart Utility Week that is taking place from 20th Feb to 4th March 2023 at Hotel Lalit in New Delhi. Today, we have on our podcast Mr. George Hunt, Chief Strategy Officer for Smart Energy Water. Mr. George is Chief Strategy Officer for Smart Energy Water. He is a recognized leader within the global utility sector with 30 years executive leadership plus extensive experience in consulting, regulation and strategy. Prior to joining Smart Energy Water, George spent 5 years at Sydney Water as General Manager, Customer Strategy and Regulation, shaping Sydney Water 2 to have a strong sustainability and digital theme. Mr. George believes that energy and water are key to a healthy life, environmental sustainability, and economic prosperity, and that the nexus between energy and water is key to the realization of a green circular economy. We will interact with Mr. George on his mission and the work he has been doing in the energy and water field, and how Smart Energy Water is leveraging technology to build innovative digital platforms and help utilities become future ready. Mr. George, welcome to the Smart Energy Podcast.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here, and thank you for that introduction.
Mr. George, to begin with, tell us more about Smart Energy Water and its journey to date.
The energy and water ecosystem in India is rapidly evolving. There's very much an increased focus on renewable energy adoption, smart meter implementations, electric vehicle adoption. The Indian government has set some very ambitious goals to fight climate change, and the energy sector is playing a crucial role in achieving these goals. So in this context, digital evolution is vital. The traditional energy ecosystem is no longer sufficient to meet the growing demands of the population, and we need to leverage digital technology to solve the energy and water crisis. Digital transformation can help energy and water providers in India to adopt different strategies to compete and gain customer confidence. And by harnessing digital technology, we can provide personalized customer experiences, superior self-service solutions, and an end-to-end EV management platform as well. And digital evolution is also essential to support the sustainable development of smart cities in India. So as the population grows, we need to adopt digital technology to manage the energy and water demands effectively. This is where SEW's mission comes into play. And our primary mission is to empower energy and water providers to become trusted advisors. And we've been very successful in our journey so far. We've got over 410 global utilities connecting over 1 billion people in 20-odd thousand smart cities, connecting them to their energy and water. And as a company, we've got a global presence in 37 countries, and that number is growing as well year on year. Our focus on India is very, very important for SEW. And in India alone, we've empowered millions of customers already with some fantastic solutions in place with key providers in India. And globally, we aim to connect around 4 billion people globally by 2025. So connecting people into their energy and water ecosystem is really what our organization does, and it's what our mission. And we're on a fast trajectory to doing that.
Smart Energy Water is doing a fantastic job connecting people and leveraging digital technology to solve the energy and water crisis. Can you give us a brief insight into the portfolio of products and solutions from Smart Energy Water that is available in the Indian market?
Yeah, certainly can. So, in the year 2047, as you know, India is aiming to have energy independence, which is a fantastic ambition. That ambition has placed India on a fast trajectory where energy consumers in India need to have the ability to generate their own energy at home using solar panels, which in turn they can track and manage through mobile apps and through other connected platforms. And these apps and these platforms allow customers to see real-time data on their energy usage and to enroll in energy-saving plans to reduce their carbon footprint. And with better connectivity to their utility, they can also report power outages quickly and easily through either apps or portals or other online platforms. So not only can they manage their home energy usage, but they can also control their smart home devices such as lights, thermostats, appliances, using voice-activated assistants like Alexa and Siri. And these devices can be programmed to automatically adjust settings based on energy usage patterns at the time of day to optimize energy efficiency. This is what SEW does. The apps and platforms also help manage their electric vehicle adoption, providing information on charging stations and rates, as well as real-time updates on battery levels and battery charging status. And they can easily pay their energy bills as well through the app and receive personalized suggestions on how to reduce usage and save money. Through this connected ecosystem, energy consumers are able to take control of their energy usage, reducing their carbon footprint and contributing to a more sustainable future. This is the future that SEW is enabling through its digital platforms. And at SEW, we operate in a connected customer workforce experience model, which is called SCM, SMW, and SIQ, are our main three platforms. And they're powered by artificial intelligence, machine learning, and IoT solutions as well. So I'll just talk a little bit about each one. Our number one digital CX solution, Smart Customer Mobile, is available in India for providers to harness the power of digital to better address customer needs and build future-ready businesses. It's a single integrated digital platform, accessible through an online portal and native mobile apps, and provides 24/7 digital connectivity for personalized and proactive communications, as well as providing intelligent and powerful customer insights with predictive analytics and 360-degree visibility of customer interactions throughout the customer journey. That's the CX customer experience platform. We also offer a number one digital workforce experience solution that integrates very seamlessly into that. This platform helps to intelligently manage field operations to make the service experience effortless for end customers, especially curated for the field workforce. Our Smart Workforce mobile platform eases the way in which the field force manage work orders, schedule dispatch work. It removes a lot of manual processing and helps to improve the first-time fix rates, which in turn result in increased productivity, efficiency, safety, accuracy, and compliance for the field personnel. So that's the workforce experience platform. The next one is really around e-mobility platform, which is how we're starting to bring in EVs and e-mobility into the platforms. And the e-mobility platform helps utility customers with streamlined EV management, digital self-service capabilities. It helps them embrace an energy-efficient lifestyle, and it provides proactive consumption tracking and charging reminders, including a map view of charging stations, charger types, billing and payments, visibility, proactive notifications, and also personalized incentives and predictive alerts based on energy pricing and demand. And with these solutions, we can imagine a digital age Indian consumer with 24/7 connectivity with its provider, having 24/7 connectivity with its provider, which is exactly what the future consumer wants and the current digital consumers. That includes managing bill payments at their fingertips, the ability to raise service requests, track progress and connect with field workers, manage their EV end-to-end, and get rebates and incentive for energy saving. Not only that, but they can also contribute, by doing this, they can also contribute to India's sustainability goals that have to be achieved by 2047. And SEW empowers consumers along with the utility to create a digital green ecosystem. So there's a lot of information there, but our solutions are really geared up to benefit the customer, to benefit the workforce, to drive efficiencies in the way that the services are delivered to customers and the way in which customers have self-service capabilities and insights that allow them to make good choices and decisions about how they use energy. And at SEW, our platforms link all of these together in a single ecosystem designed for the customer and the utility to provide the digital energy future.
It's great to know that Smart Energy Water is empowering consumers with its products and solutions. I would like to know what are the opportunities that Smart Energy Water is looking at in the Indian market.
There's a lot of big opportunities in the energy and water industry in India at the moment, largely driven by the ambition of the government and also by some of the amazing utility energy and water companies that you have across the Indian geography. Just to answer your questions on some of the biggest opportunities, renewable energy is a huge opportunity. The ambitious target of generating 450 gigawatts of renewable energy by 2030 provides a huge opportunity for companies involved in solar, wind, hydro, and other forms of renewable energy generation. And it's not just about generation, but it's about how that generation interacts with the distribution companies and the supply companies that engage directly with customers. So renewable energy is the first one. The next one is all the technology around smart grids. The implementation of smart grid technologies can really help reduce distribution losses and improve the reliability of supply. And in return, this enables much better demand management, which presents a significant opportunity for companies to provide smart grid solutions that are fully integrated with customers generating their own power in form of sort of microgrids as well as the larger macro grids. So the second one is smart grid technologies. The third one we see is water management. We know that India is facing a growing water crisis, as are many countries around the world, and some cities in India experience severe water shortages. And companies that can provide innovative solutions for water management, including wastewater treatment, desalination, and water reuse, are well positioned to succeed. But to make that happen, we have to provide connectivity to consumers in order to provide insights that help them with that. The next one is energy storage. We're seeing a big increase in renewable energy generation, but there's a growing need for energy storage solutions as well. And companies that can provide cost-effective and efficient energy storage technologies such as batteries, flywheels, or compressed air energy storage are likely to find many opportunities. And again, these all have to engage with customers in order to make that work. And that leads me on to sort of the next one, which is all around digitalization. As the energy and water sectors become increasingly digitalized, there's an opportunity for companies to provide solutions that enable much better data analytics, predictive maintenance, improved customer engagement. And these are technologies that include artificial intelligence, machine learning, as well as cloud-enabled platforms. And then a couple of final points here is, in addition to all of those things, I mentioned this earlier, but the adoption of electric vehicles in India is another key area of opportunity for the energy industry. The Indian government has set some very ambitious targets to increase the adoption of EVs, which has led to the development of a new ecosystem for EVs in the country. This has opened up opportunities for companies to provide solutions such as EV charging infrastructure, battery manufacturing, and development of smart grid technologies to managing the increased load on the grid. Added to that focus, of course, we need to bring in sustainability and the importance of achieving the net zero emissions targets that have been set, particularly the ones set by 2070, but we really have to show progress along the way. And that in turn creates opportunities for companies to develop innovative solutions to reduce carbon emissions and improve energy efficiency across the entire value chain. This is achieved by providing growing awareness and concern and insights to customers about how they've created or how they're consuming their energy products and the
With the advancement of technology, how do you see the energy and water industry evolving over the next 5 years?
Servicing all of these opportunities. So I love the question. Thanks very much. I think there's some great examples actually of innovative energy transformation initiatives taking place in India, and the world is looking at what India is doing here. So the first one that comes to mind is the solar powered airport. The Cochin International Airport in Kerala has become the first fully solar powered airport, and it generates over 60,000 units of electricity daily through its 46,000 solar panels, which is more than enough power for the whole airport, which is just a fantastic initiative and setting a standard globally. The next one that we see is the floating solar power plant. And in India's largest floating solar power plant was inaugurated in 2021 on the Banasura Sagar Reservoir in Kerala. And the 500 kilowatt peak solar plant is expected to generate 7.5 lakh units of electricity annually and will help to reduce carbon emissions. Another fabulous example of sustainable and renewable energy coming into play. The next one is clean cooking. The Clean Cooking Alliance, in partnership with the Indian government, is working really closely to provide access to clean cooking solutions for millions of households in India. And this initiative is aimed to replace traditional cook stoves with clean and efficient cook stoves, reducing household air pollution and improving health outcomes. A couple more come to mind. Electric vehicles. We've already mentioned it a little bit in this conversation, but India has set a very ambitious target of having 30% of all vehicles on its roads run on electricity by 2030. And the government is being great at providing incentives and subsidies to promote the adoption of electric vehicles, and several Indian startups are working on developing affordable and innovative electric vehicles. So very, very important initiative. And then finally, smart grids. India is working on building smart grids that can integrate renewable energy sources and improve the efficiency of the power grid that exists today. The government is investing in the development of smart meters, distribution automation systems, and energy storage solutions to enable the smart grid infrastructure. So the energy and water industry in India is likely to witness significant transformation over the next 5 years. The sector is expected to see widespread adoption of renewable energy sources, particularly solar and wind, with continued emphasis on energy efficiency and conservation. And the adoption of EVs and the development of related infrastructure for EVs is expected to accelerate, supported by the government's incentives and regulations. And again, this sector is expected to witness increased adoption of digital technologies such as IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and blockchain, which is very exciting and will improve operational efficiency and create new business models. Furthermore, with the government's commitment to net zero, the industry is likely to see an increased focus on sustainability and innovative solutions that reduce carbon footprint. So overall, in the next 5 years, I think it's going to be extremely transformative for the energy and water industry in India. And India will lead the world in many of these things. So it's characterized by a shift towards clean, decentralized, and digital solutions.
It's really nice to know how digital technologies will transform the energy and water industry in the coming years. You have joined India Smart Utility Week, happening from 20th Feb to 4th March 2023 at Hotel Lalit in New Delhi as a platinum partner. What will your presence look like at the India Smart Utility Week 2023, and what are you looking forward from this event?
So we're very excited to be part of India Smart Utility Week. This is a big part of how we are as a company. We're going to address some of these challenges. We're proud to be platinum sponsors of ISUW, and we're excited to leverage the platform to engage with key decision makers in the Indian energy and water industry. So through the multiple scheduled sessions, we'll share our expertise on digital customer experience, EV evolution, smart meter adoption, and digitalization of utilities. And our focus will be on presenting the trusted platforms that we've talked about today in customer and workforce experience, and also learning from others and co-innovating to build future-ready solutions. We're also very committed as a company to promoting innovation in the industry, and we've launched the SEW Clean Tech Innovation Startup Fund, which offers up to $1 million of support to promising Indian startups that are leveraging innovative software solutions to transform the energy and utility sector. So we're here to help you revolutionize the way people consume energy and water. And we know that you have big plans in India, and we want to support your vision, and we're committed to helping India achieve its goals. And our presence in India Smart Utility Week is a key part of that for us. So thank you very much for the questions.
A big thank you, Mr. George, and appreciate your time for joining us on the podcast. It was fantastic speaking with you and learning from you about Smart Energy Water and the role it hopes to play in supporting and in achieving the targets and goals set by the government in India. We wish you all the best and look forward to more opportunities to interact with you in the future.
Thank you very much for your time today.
Here we come to the end of this insightful episode of Smart Energy Podcast. We invite all our listeners to attend the India Smart Utility Week 2023 happening from 20th Feb to 4th March 2023 at Hotel Lalit in New Delhi. A great place to learn, interact and network with key industry players from the smart energy and smart mobility industry. If you have any questions or want more information on any specific topics discussed today, you can drop a mail to me at santosh.smartenergy@gmail.com. Ask questions and keep the conversation going. And yes, if you like the podcast, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and recommend it to your industry colleagues. Thank you for tuning.